guys, it's Donrobertin here for another Storytime episode. We are back here in Minecraft, and a lot's been going on. I know recently I've been uploading a couple of Skyrim episodes, and I hope you enjoyed the adventures having in Skyrim. Unfortunately, I haven't recorded anything more on that recently. I've been away for the weekend. This last weekend I was away in London for the NFL match that was there, the Minnesota Vikings versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Very entertaining game, I must say. I was there as well with my girlfriend for her first sporting event, which I thought was very it was very good that was her first sporting event, because it was a very entertaining game. For those of you that are NFL fans, you might agree with me on that front. For those of you that have no idea what NFL is and have no interest in sports, then you'll be fine. Just agree with, just go along with the fact that it was fine and very entertaining. Now, there's one obviously very important development that's happened recently in my life that I wish to talk about, and as I alluded in the Skyrim episode, I would talk about it in one of my other LPs, and I thought it fitting to do so in a nice little story time episode where I can get some more things, more minerals and such. Now, the thing that I wanted to discuss was the development that I have a stomach ulcer and possible celiac disease. Now the test that I had done for the celiac came back inconclusive, so I have to get retested on that front, and I also have to get some wonderful tests called a gastroscopy, I think that's how you pronounce it, and also a colonoscopy, which for those that are medically inclined, it's a camera being shoved down the throat and through other places where you don't want cameras to be normally shoved down. So I'm currently in the procedure of getting that all sorted out. It sucks at the moment because I'm sort of in a limbo state at the moment where I'm just waiting for things to be done. Luckily, the medication that my doctor has given me has helped with the dizziness and the nausea that I was feeling. And so I still get the odd occasion where all of a sudden I get really dizzy or just get this overall feeling of nauseousness. But it's gotten better. I can now sit in front of a screen and actually record something for an extended period of time without feeling like I have to throw up or anything like that, which is good. And obviously it's not good for an LP if you're wanting to record but you simply can't stomach it. But yeah, I mean the new medication I wanted, which is really good. The obviously problem is that, you know, it's great, I've got the medication, but ultimately you want the thing to be solved, really, don't you? You don't want to be stuck with this kind of thing for a long period of time. I mean, I certainly don't. I want to get it solved. In the process of getting it solved, but playing the waiting game at the moment, where you gotta wait for the doctors and things and all the appointments to go through and all the procedures to be done. Once the procedures get done, then we can move on and get all the rest of it sorted. But until then, I just gotta wait. So, but just to update you guys, everything is going well at the moment. Mentally, a little bit down on myself. It's the first time I've really been ill, as I discussed in another story time or a previous story time episode, that I was never really ill as a child. So this is the first time I've had kind of like a major problem to kind of look at, and it is a little bit scary. But luckily, I have people around me that help me as much as they can to stay calm and to sort of reassure me when things seem a little bit bleak. So for that, I do thank them for that. Now as well, I know previously I may have alluded to the fact that I may have stomach ulcer. That's pretty much the diagnosis. Since then has sort of increased over time as more and more symptoms emerge. But the other thing that I may have is celiac disease. Now, for those who don't know, celiac disease is basically intolerance or a reaction to wheat and the gluten therein. So that's why when you go around the supermarkets, you'll see things like gluten-free bread or the gluten-free section. Or maybe you've seen on labels in packets where they've basically said suitable for celiacs. So this is quite a big thing because I love bread. I love baguettes and everything else. The only problem I have at the moment is that it's not confirmed that I have celiac disease. It's only kind of a hunch. In that when I do have bread, such as over the weekend, I indulged myself and decided, hey, you know what? I'll have a hot dog, and hopefully that'll all be okay. I did discover the following night that no, it was not okay, and it caused for a very interesting development in the night. I'm not going to go into details because that's just not right. But anyway, safe to say that I had a unwanted reaction, and I wish that on nobody. So that's basically my major clue that there is something up, that I've got some kind of intolerance to something. But I'm still going on with the diet despite all the developments and everything else. At the moment, I'm still going strong with the diet. Let's run upstairs and get a new pick. So that does mean like I've got no dairy, no egg, no wheat, no gluten. It is quite hard and quite challenging because the supermarkets, they have their little things where even bag of chips. Now you wouldn't think that, would you? But like a bag of chips, potato chips, contains like wheat in it, and I kind of think, well, why has it got wheat in it? Damn it, I need wood. Do I have wood in here? I have sticks though, that'll do. But yeah, it's got like in the coating, to make the coating crispy, they have wheat gluten, or rather wheat starch. Now, I'm basically avoiding everything containing wheat, which is fair enough, I would assume. Like, I'm not gonna chance it, as it were, because let's face it, when I did chance it the other day, coincidentally at the NFL game, it was like, oh, let's have a hot dog, a little bit of a bread roll weren't harm me. Yeah. Famous last words, as it were. But yeah, it's funny because you see all these things and you're thinking, oh, okay, well, like a pack of chicken from Tesco will have milk proteins in it and yeast extract. Now, why does it have these things? Oh, it's because it's preservatives, basically. And to me, that just seems really kind of weird. So, I mean, on the plus side, though, you go to shops like Lidl and Aldi, and you get like a packet of chicken from there. It's just straight up chicken. You know, okay, there's a few preservatives in there, but it's not milk proteins or yeast extract or anything like that. And it's stuff that you can eat, and you can have that on some lovely kind of flat. I managed to make flatbread, which again I think I've covered in a previous episode. So some of this I may be going over again. But regardless, just to fill you guys in on what's going on and what I'm doing. So I'm making flatbreads, and we found crisp bread as well, which is made from maize, and I think it has some sugars in it and other things. All I know is that it's called crisp bread. I don't have to pack it on me to tell you what's in it, but anyway, so far so good with the diet. To basically get to the point, everything's going fine. I am getting little bits and pieces now and then where I'm kind of either getting a little bit down about the whole situation, which can happen. I know to some people it may seem like, well, you haven't got anything serious or anything like that, and I'm thinking, yeah, right, I haven't got anything too serious, but at the same time, you kind of just I don't wish this on anybody. I mean, there's things out there which you kind of like, okay, yeah, you can manage with it, like a cold or something, a cold or a flu. You sometimes feel very kind of put away, very kind of downtrodden, that kind of feeling, and that's sometimes a feeling that I get. Just kind of sitting there, and then all of a sudden I get this wave of meh, and that's really not so great, especially when it comes to work. Now, work, I'm trying my hardest at work to get myself back up there. The only problem I have really is that I find that I have a lack of explanation for what I'm going through, because it's all new to me, and the information I get is generic and kind of like, it's still, when you boil it down, it's still kind of like, oh well, we actually still have absolutely no idea what's going on with you, which not really what you want to hear. Like, they can give me prognosis, they can do all the tests, and most of the tests I've had so far have come back kind of negative for the serious things, which is obviously really, really good. I'm not going to fault them for that, but at the same time, you kind of you want something more concrete. And I know that people will complain about the health system, pretty much whatever country you're in. I can guarantee you that somebody's going to complain that their health system is shite, and that it could be so much better and all the rest of it. But at the same time, they're doing the best that they can with the resources they have. And in all fairness, when I go and make an appointment with a GP, I can usually get an appointment the next day or even later that day, which is pretty awesome, I have to say. So, I mean, it's good. It's good. It's just rather frustrating at the moment, as I say. But I mean, hopefully it'll all sort itself out. When I say frustrating, I mean it's kind of like depression. Okay, you see those adverts on TV, and you get the people going like, oh, if you've got issues, talk about it with someone. And that's all fair enough, but sometimes you kind of think, how do you get to that stage where you feel comfortable enough to talk to someone about it? And there are some things, I mean, you could say that I'm using this LP, for instance, to talk to people about what's going on in my life, and when I feel down, or what's causing it, what's happening. Basically, I'm using it as a medium to broadcast. And you'd be right. For those that know me, it can be, well, at least for me, it can be quite hard to talk about things, especially with certain people. And while I can get a little bit frustrated, I do want to remind people that I'm still a normal person. I'm still trying to be the same guy that I was. It's just at the moment I'm finding it very hard to sort of snap back. And I'm sure people out there, I mean, if you're listening and you've gone through something worse than what I have, my condolences to you, because even though this is something that is fully treatable, can be all sorted and everything else, I'm still going through the motions of, I want to get this sorted. I'm currently feeling really down and frustrated and everything else, and I do sympathize with people that have been through worse. I'm not trying to say that, what I'm going through is the worst thing in the world, but what I am trying to say is that even though this is something that's treatable and everything else, I'm still going through the kind of emotional side of things, which, as I say, like, I have people around me that kind of can pick up on that and work with me a little bit and try and calm me down a little and whatnot, which doesn't really help when you can't kind of predict. There's no real trigger for it, where you get nervous or anxious about something and you're just kind of like, well, you've done this before, like, why are you getting nervous about it? And even then, like, I've sometimes caught myself getting frustrated at myself for getting nervous and frustrated, and of course that just makes it a little bit worse, which is, it's kind of weird, really, isn't it? When you think about it, you kind of think, well, you've had this before, you've done this sort of thing before, even for trivial little things. I'm finding it hard to proceed, and I guess, while I am trying to sort that out myself, I kind of feel that it's going to sort itself out eventually when, I get the procedure date set in stone and I know what's coming on, what's going to expect, and all the rest of it. But I'm foreseeing a trying couple of weeks for me, maybe even months. I mean, hopefully not months, because I would hate for this to go on for too long. But I guess we'll just have to see. On that front, well, I realise this is quite depressing story time. I do apologise. But there's a cat currently staring at me. I've been growing cat grass, and the cats love it. The only problem is that they've been struggling to get at this part of cat grass, so I put it on the floor quite thoughtfully for them. And now it seems that Lucifer is intent on eating the cat grass, but in between mouthfuls, sitting there and staring at me whilst I'm doing this recording. So obviously maybe I'm getting through to him. Maybe I'm just talking gibberish and he's wondering, what the hell are you doing sitting there talking to yourself? Or are you talking to me? Maybe he thinks I'm talking to him. I don't know. Hello? No. Anyway, enough talking with the cat. I mean, I hope everybody's doing well. I mean, this is kind of just a short little update to give you guys a clue. I will try my hardest to get some recordings out for you guys, because I do love playing games and recording them, but I would like to get back to doing it without too much hassle. So thanks very much guys for watching. I hope you understand the update and everything else that's going on. If you do have any questions about anything I've talked about or anything at all, please do comment or give me a message in the YouTube thing. If you're listening and you are working with emotional demons of your own, regardless of what they are, what's causing them, or even if you don't know what's causing them, always remember to talk to someone, even if it is a random stranger on the internet. I'm more than welcome to hear your comments or messages if you have them, and if you don't want to, that's fine, but just reach out to someone. In any case, I'm going to sign off for here. Give a like or share to my videos. I must say that if you do watch the video and you like it or you dislike it, do rate the appropriate buttons, because it does give YouTube an idea as to if the video is good and whether to sort of put it out there for the general public to see. So it really would mean a lot to me if you like my video, if you could press that little like button for me. But as well, as always, if you don't like it, give some constructive criticism or something as to what I could improve, and your wish shall be my command. And you can also go through and watch several of my other videos. We are closing in on the 100 video mark for the channel, so I may be doing something for the 100 video mark. Again, thank you all very much for watching my videos. Give the other ones a little look through if you like. But for now, I shall see you all later. I'm in Berlin next week, so I won't be doing any recording this weekend or the week after this one. But I will try and record as soon as possible some more Skyrim adventures for you, and maybe any other LPs that I come across. So thanks very much for watching again, and I'll see you all next time.